Today we're going to hear from Troy Jensen, a researcher at the National Center for Engineering and Agriculture. Over the past few years, Troy has been researching the effectiveness of different types of sugarcane yield monitors. Data from yield monitors is used to make yield maps, which are essential to the precision agriculture process. We're going to talk to Troy about the different types of yield monitors he has studied and how they fit into the bigger picture of PA adoption in sugarcane.
As you can see here in the background, we've got three different yield monitors on this particular harvester. The yellow one here is the Tech Agro Solens Tech one, which is a commercially available one. The one next to it is the one that we've installed. So we're looking at this is the final roller as it goes as the cane's coming up into the feed train. So we're looking at the separation distance between these two rollers. So that's one of the yield devices we've got. We've also got on the elevator, we're looking at the pressure on the elevator and then the power. And then we're also looking at the pressure on the chopper motors. So that's the three devices that we've got on this particular harvester. On the harvester that we've got in Bundaberg, we've also got a load cell in the floor of the elevator, so that's the fourth device. All of these sensors are only giving an output which is recorded by a logger up in the cabin. So all of these four sensors, along with the GPS, which is up on top of the cab, along with the GPS information, so we've got ground speed, we've got all the sensor values, we've got elevator speed so that we can analyse what's going on. All of this information is coming into the data logger at 40 times per second, and we're averaging all of those values, tagging that to the GPS coordinates which we get every second. So all that information comes into the logger and is stored on the logger. We then combine all of that information and look at the harvest totals for the block which we get from the mill, and then correct that so that we've then got a calibration for all of these sensors that we can then come up with a tonnes per hectare for the particular field. All four are giving comparable results depending on how they're operated. Obviously, if they're a load cell in the floor of the elevator or the elevator power up there, then depending on what operations are done at the edge of fields with turning off the elevator, filling up the boot, and those sort of things influence what's going on. Depending on how it's operated will determine on how absolutely accurate the results are. But if you look at each of them individually and use them whenever they're in their right zone, then they all come out reasonably with comparable results. At the moment, it's only really the Solon F's Tech or the Tech Agro device that's actually a commercially available piece of equipment at the moment that, should you desire, you can go to a dealer and actually purchase, or the guys up in Ingham that provide this equipment. I am in contact with a company in Brazil which have got a commercial device that's available in Brazil. It's said that the Case guys are bringing out equipment. I was at a step-up conference at the Gold Coast earlier this year, where the Case guys said their new harvesters are coming out with a commercial yield monitoring equipment available, and the John Deere are supposedly bringing out something in the very near future as well. So as newer equipment comes into the industry, then this stuff should become more readily available. So this current project is finishing up by July next year, but a follow-on project is what we're currently working on, what we've been up here looking at as well, around the increasing the adoption of precision agriculture across the industry, and then looking at another framework type concept that's looking at trying to determine what's restricting the production in the sugar industry.
You can view an information sheet about this yield monitor research on our website at www.sugarresearch.com.au. Also, watch for precision agriculture workshops in your area later this year.